joining us. I'm Hector. I am the moderator for this mastermind group. This mastermind group is made of 5 top producing real estate agents from across the nation. We just come together every Friday at 11 o'clock to get to practice the listing presentation. The listing presentation is used during the listing presentation when we're going to go and meet a seller who's interested in selling the property. The whole objective is to know what to do and what to say. What to look for in this mastermind group, there's really 2 important things. One of them is that we follow the script, and the other one is what it takes to sell a property. Well, the scripts are already were written by Mike Ferry. The other one is what it takes to sell a property. Mike Ferry teaches us that there's 2 things that it's trivial for selling a property. One of them is the price. The price is each one of us depends on its knowledge of the market. So, that's where the comparative market analysis comes into play. The other one is the motivation. Motivation to us, it's very important because those are one of the 2 things that it takes to sell a property. One is the price, the second one is the motivation. Motivation, as we role play it in this listing presentation script, it's moving to San Diego. Every time that you hear moving to San Diego is when the motivation comes to play. So keep an eye, listen to how many times the sun moving to San Diego. It's what we are trying to help the seller remind him that that's what he wants to do. Move to San Diego. Hope you enjoy it. Leave your comments, subscribe, and let us know what you think about this mastermind group. All the best.
You want to list at 1.355, and I'm going to say 1.25. How's that?
I want to
Yeah,
list at
135.
1355. 135. Okay,
Okay.
gotcha. Let me shut my door. Hold on.
And the seller wants one.
No,
Seller
it's
wants
expired at
1.5.
1.5.
It was expired at 1.5.
It expired at 1. I'm having a hard time hearing you. It
Expired
expired at 1.5.
expired at
1.5.
and now you want 1.35, and I'm recommending 1.25.
That's okay.
Okay.
Okay, you got it.
All right. Knock, knock, knock. Hey.
Hello. Oh, you're that guy that's
Well,
wants to
absolutely.
sell my
This is
house?
Brad Dude here, and you must be the Bob. Must be the Bob, the not the builder, the seller.
Yeah, you want and only.
All right.
Come
There
on
we
in,
go.
Crab. Come on in.
All right, Bob. I'm so excited to be here, and I'm excited about getting your home on the market and getting it sold for you. And you told me you're moving to Vancouver, correct? Okay, fantastic.
That's correct.
So I'm gonna get the job done for you this time.
I have a lot of
there you go.
friends over there.
So
You
you're
know,
gonna
I
be
have a lot
closer
of
to.
friends. Yeah, now that my wife has passed away and my kids are, they're out and about. I don't need this
I
big
totally
house
understand where
anymore.
you're coming from, Bob, and that's why I'm here.
I do miss her though. I'll tell you that.
Absolutely,
I
I
do
totally
miss her every
understand.
day.
And Bob, do you mind if I
Yeah.
take a quick look on your home here?
No, I don't mind at all. Do
After
you
we
want me to
finish,
show you
I
around?
want you to walk through with me throughout the house, but at the moment, I'm going to see how the buyer's going to look at the very first time. Will that be fair? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Well, you know
Can I
what?
get you anything to drink?
Well,
You
I
want
would
coffee or
appreciate a
water?
quick glass of water. And in the meantime, can you get that yellow envelope that was sent from my office to you yesterday? Can you get that? And let's meet here at the dining table.
Yeah, I got it right here. I got some
Okay.
questions about it.
Okay, we'll talk about the
Yeah.
questions. Let me walk to the house. All
Yeah.
right. Well, Bob, the home looks
Okay.
very saleable. It's ready for the market, in my opinion. And you know what? You said you want to be in the smaller home sooner than later, correct?
Yeah, you know, me and my wife had raised a family here, and even after the kids had moved on, I really, you know, we didn't have the heart to sell it because we did entertain friends that came over, but you know, through the years they passed on. My wife's passed on, and you know, I don't want. There's no more. You know, all my friends are not here anymore, so that's why I'm moving to be close to some friends, and I have, you know, a brother and a sister out not too far from there as well too. But you know, it's a lot of work for this house. I put a lot of work. Me and my wife put a lot of work in through the years. I mean, we had a lot of fun. We had entertained a lot of people. We did a lot of things, but I don't really, you know, I don't. I gotta, you know, I want to move now. You know, but we put a lot of money in it through the years, and we put a lot of work and a lot of love, and you know, there's you know, we need that. You know, I need that now. I need that money as much as I can because it's just me now. It's just
And Bob,
me
that's why I'm here.
my
I'm getting the
retirement.
most
You know.
the market can bear. And if that all happens within the next 30 days, will that cause any problem to you?
No, I mean, you know, the sooner the better. I mean, you know, now I'm maintaining the lawn myself instead of paying somebody because it's just me. And you know, this house is pretty big, and I don't feel comfortable being on a ladder anymore. And there's a couple things that need to be fixed. But the house, you know, it's in pretty good shape. But
Okay,
you know,
okay.
I can't
Okay,
do
let's
this
get you
anymore.
moved to
You know,
Vancouver
I
in a
can't do
smaller
this
home
anymore.
close to your family members and friends. So I wrote down 3 really important questions for you, Bob, here. And my first question is, do you absolutely have to sell the
Yeah.
sign?
No, I mean, I don't have to sell this house, and I'm not desperate. I mean, I'm not. You know what I mean? But you know, I want to
Okay,
sell it. You
fantastic.
know, I want
And
to
now,
sell
will
it.
you price your home to sell, or do you not keep it on the market for a long period of time?
Well, I don't want to keep it on the. I had it on the market for a long period of time, but Prab, what I'm looking in a real estate agent is someone who's going to be able to show the work and show the features and mention these. And I just got a feeling the last agent really didn't do a good job of telling them all the wonderful
Well, I
things
totally
about this
hear what you're
house. You
saying, and
know.
I can feel it, and what was the missing there. And Todd, I totally understand where you're coming from. I see the frustration too, Bob, here. And now, if I can show the buyer, I can highlight the features, all the features that you want to present to the buyer. And now, do you want me to handle the sale for you?
Well, I mean, I see that I agreed to lower the price, but you know you got a much lower price than I agreed on, and I really wanted to talk to you about that. You know, and do you think I should leave any of the furniture behind, Prab? Do you think I should leave any of this stuff behind because where I'm
Well,
going, I'm not going to need it all, and it's a lot here, and I'm having a hard time selling some of this
we'll see
stuff.
what are
You
the
know.
options are. And if you and me can agree on the price, will that be fair for you to move forward signing the contract for today?
Yeah, you know, if we can agree on the
Well, go ahead and
price,
sign
you
the
know, we can
contract
agree on the
and put me to
price.
work, and let's
Yeah.
get you moved to Vancouver.
Yeah, but you got me down here as 1.25, and that's, you know, every penny counts in my
Absolutely, absolutely.
situation, perhaps, you know.
And now, Bob, the reason
Yeah. You see that picture on the wall over there, Prab?
right.
You see that picture on the wall? That picture was taken 3 days after we bought this house, and we had our
And how many
first
years ago
family
was that?
gathering
20
here,
years, 30
you
years?
know. Oh man, that was
35 years ago. Beautiful picture,
35
Bob.
years ago.
Yeah, beautiful
Yeah,
pictures, Bob.
somewhere around
All right,
there.
Bob. At the end of my
Yeah,
presentation today, you know what? 3
yeah.
things are going to happen. Okay. The one, you will have the opportunity to list a home with me, right? Or you will
Right.
decide not to list a home with me. Or number 3, I will decide not to take the listing, Bob.
Crab. Why would you not want to take
It's a
this? Listen,
beautiful
it's a
home,
beautiful
Bob,
house.
no doubt about it. But if you and me cannot agree on a price,
Yeah.
I'm not here to waste your time. If the price if the price doesn't make
No, you know,
if the price
I
doesn't
can
make sense to the
appreciate that,
market,
Prab. I can appreciate
there's
that.
no point for me and putting the sign here and not get to be the sold sign that we want.
You know, one of the things that the last agent didn't mention, I'm going to tell you this, it really upset me, right? You see that dining room, we remodeled that not too long ago before she passed away, but we spent a lot of time in that. But even before we remodeled it, I mean, that crown molding, we crown molding, you know, got the tray ceilings, it's elevated ceiling, huge, right? We're going to leave the chandelier behind, beautiful. You know how much, we've had a lot of family. I think a family that would be moving in would enjoy a room like that because we had many Thanksgiving dinners there. We've had many holidays there, Christmas, everything, you
Bob?
name it. Many holiday, and you know what? In the listing, the pictures were terrible. You couldn't even tell the size
hold on, Bob.
of that dining room, right? The pictures were dark. And so that's kind of what I'm worried about, you know?
Can you hear me?
I'm worried. I want to make sure that everything about the house is being mentioned in the listing, you know? Yeah, yeah, we can see it. Thumbs
Hold
up.
on, Bob. So let's do this. After we finish this, we're going to make a list and we'll put all the things together on the list. What you want to highlight to the buyer and what are the things that you want to leave behind. We'll make a list and we'll make a plan according to that. Okay. So here, let's quickly take a moment.
Okay.
Yeah, let's quickly
That's a good
take
idea.
a moment to review the questions I asked you over the phone. Okay. You said you're moving to Vancouver, right?
And you
said
definitely.
you were moving because you want to downsize. And you said you need to be there sooner than later.
Well, it's time to move on. You know, I've had this house on the market like that. Last agent didn't do anything. And you know, he didn't bring her. I think he brought one buyer by it. I didn't see any families that he brought by at all. It's a huge house. Why would you?
I see
I don't get
notes here. You mentioned that you like to price your home at 135, 1,350,000, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I know it didn't sell at 1.5, but I still really think it's just that the agent really, you know, didn't want to put forth the work in there, you know.
And now, Bob, I see here that home is paid off, correct?
Yeah, I don't own anything on the home.
And you were planning to sell it by yourself, were you?
Yeah. You know, I did try before I listed with the other agent, and just a lot of people were really wasting my time. You know, they'd walk in your house and then they walk right out and not say anything. How rude is that? You know? And then every time they come over, I got to clean the house and make sure the house is perfect, and you know, and I show them all the wonderful things, but I don't know what it is. People today, they don't want to hear from me. They don't want to hear me. They don't want me to show them things. They just, you know, and I don't want to be. And they want. I understand they want their space. I was told that by the last agent, but I just, you know, even though everything's put away, I just get a little nervous if somebody, you know. I mean, like that lamp over there on that table. I mean, I don't want no kid knocking that lamp over. That lamp's been in the family for 40 years, you know. That came from my grandmother. It came even longer than that, you know. So, you know, those are the kind of things that I'm concerned about. I mean, that I'm not going to leave behind. I'm taking that with me. I'm just talking about some of the, you know, like the kitchen table and stuff like that, you know. And the washer and dryer, I'm going to leave that behind in the refrigerator. I mean, the washer and dryer, that's, you know, a fairly new set. That should mean
absolutely.
something.
Every home needs washer and dryer, right?
You know?
Yeah. And Bob, now there are only two issues we got to look today. Number one, your motivation to sell this home and move to the next one. Okay. And number two, the price that we set on your home.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I'm motivated.
So, so if you're
Yeah.
motivated, why don't you go ahead and sign the contract and put me to work and let me help.
Well, because I mean, Prab. I mean, I like you. Do you have
Yeah,
kids,
I got
Prab?
kids.
Do you have
They're
kids?
all grown up now. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're all grown up.
Okay.
Yeah, mine too. Mine too. But and sometimes they worry about me. They want me to, but I
There you
can
go.
handle things on my own. But you know, and so life gets expensive as you get older, right? And you move on and stuff.
So, Bob, let me ask
And
you.
when you're by
Let me ask.
yourself, and I kind of need all the money. So would you sell? I mean, if we do business, can we do it at 1.35 as I had mentioned earlier, and we can get
We'll
this
see what
sold?
market says in a minute. But my question to you is, if the market doesn't get to 1.35, can you see yourself living here for next 3, 4, 5 years? Do you see that?
Oh no, no, no,
No,
no,
right?
no, no. Why do you think the
Well,
market's
I
going
don't
to
know
go
where
down,
market's going to
or?
go, but I don't think that 1.35 will move you within the next 30 days to Vancouver.
No, Prab, I want to move. I don't want to be here and for 6 months.
Okay.
I don't want to be here for 6 months. That's why I'm dropping the price to 1.35. And I figured, I thought you were going to take your photographer and have him come by, because you said you couldn't, you're going to take better photos than the lady I hired before.
That's what we're going to do sooner you sign the contract.
So,
do you want me to bring the photographer to you right away?
we're going to sell it at
Well, let's do the right
1.35.
thing here. Simply price it to 1.225, 1,250,000. Let's sign the contract at that price, and that will lead you to Vancouver for the next 30 days. Isn't that what you want?
That's what you don't think it'll sell at
Let's take a look here, Bob.
1.35?
Let's take a look here, Bob. I have prepared a comparative market analysis for a
Okay.
property, okay? And there are two parts of this research. Part one,
Yeah.
we jokingly call Fantasyland, Bob, okay? Where most homeowners
Right.
list their homes for. And part two, we call reality, where a professional real estate agent like myself list and sell homes for. And you wanna get your home sold, correct? So therefore, we are
I
going
want to
to
get
have
it
to
sold.
decide today, where do you want to spend your time? You want to spend in Fantasyland, or do you want to get the property sold?
I don't want to be in Fantasyland.
And
I
you
mean, I
said
got to get it
that
sold.
the home sells within the next 30 to 45 days, or within 2 weeks. That won't be a problem for you, or will that be?
No, I mean, the sooner the better.
Okay, but
It's
time
time.
is crucial, isn't that? Yeah, go ahead and sign the contract then.
Yeah.
Let's not waste time.
Well, what am I going to do with all this stuff in the house? I got all this stuff. What are we going to do? I can't
Bob,
take it
sooner you
all
sign
with
the
me.
Bob,
Do I
sooner you
have to
sign the
move it
contract,
all?
I'm going to arrange a company that will take away all the stuff that you don't need. Will that be fair?
Yeah. You think the buyer would
Well, we
want
don't
some
know
of
if
the
the buyers
stuff behind
don't
here?
want or don't want, but somebody does need, and all the stuff can be donated to the charity of your choice. Will that be fair?
Yeah, that'll be fair. And you think we can get it at
Well,
1.35?
let's
You
take a
think
look
we
here,
can do
Bob.
that,
I
or?
brought very close comparables to your home, right? And let's take a look here.
Right.
Let me share those comparables with you. Hold on, if I can share my screen.
Yeah, you should be able to.
Hold on. I'm on my phone, so I'm not too sure. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Yep.
What do you see?
You're sharing your screen.
It looks fuzzy. It looks like the cover of your phone or something. Your wallpaper. I don't see or it's a picture of somebody.
You see it? Okay, good.
Now we see it. Yes.
Yeah.
Now we
Yes.
see it. Yep. And I blow it
So
up.
Bob, let's
Yeah.
take a look on the first home on Pheasant Drive. Do you know where Pheasant Drive is?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I've been by there.
And
Sure.
this home looks just like yours, isn't that? And how many bedrooms
Yeah,
this one
it
has?
is.
And how many
It's a
bathrooms?
4-bedroom.
2 baths.
It's 2
How
bath.
many do you have?
Yeah.
And how
Have
many
4
square
bedroom,
feet
2
does it
bath.
has? 2232.
How many square feet does
2232.
this home have? 2,000. I see that. Yeah, it says 2,200. Well, oh no, heated. Oh, the finished floor. I see the
And how many square feet do you have here?
2,232. Mine's about 20,
Pretty close,
about the
right?
same, pretty close,
Yeah.
give or take a few feet. Yeah,
And this home
never
just
really
sold
measured
last
it.
month. Look at this. 27th of March. You see the sold date?
Sold
Yeah.
on the
You see the
27th of
sold date?
March.
It's a top
No, I
right
don't. I
corner.
don't see the sold date. Oh, one. Yeah, I see 1.2. Oh, the sold price
Yeah.
is
So it was listed for
1.232.
1.2. There was
Yeah.
a bidding war. The home was sold within 5 days for 1.232. Yeah, million two.
Wow. Well, maybe they were giving that house away, but I thought they had that house. I thought that house went for like almost 1.5. Someone told me.
Well, I
That's
didn't
what my
know,
neighbor
but this
told me.
is the official record. This shows it was sold for 1,232,000. And now
Yeah.
let's take a look on the next home here, Bob.
Yeah.
Do you know where 91A Avenue is?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I'm
how many
familiar
square
with it.
foot
Yeah.
this one has?
The square foot on this one.
2,100, right?
What do you see
It's right
there?
here.
Help me find this. Oh yeah, I see it. 2,100. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. Yeah, I
2,100.
see it right there.
And
Yeah.
this one is 7,200
Yeah.
square feet of property. Do you see the lot area?
Oh wow.
Isn't that
Yeah.
similar to yours?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's yeah, pretty much the inside is from that picture. It looks
And
kind
how
of
many
similar
bedrooms?
to mine,
You got
but
an
it's
extra
got an
bathroom,
extra
right?
bathroom. Yeah.
And look, what price did it sell for? 14th of
Yeah.
March for 1,265,000,
1.265.
right?
Wow. Wow. How long was that on the market
13
for?
days.
That one. That was on 13 days. Geez, no wonder mine's
Yeah.
been on the
So
market
my question
forever.
to you, Bob.
Still, I think the other agent had
So
crappy
Bob,
photos.
my question to you is,
Yeah.
if your home gets
Yeah.
sells within the next 13 days or 15 days, can you see yourself moving to Vancouver within in next home within the next 30 days?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh,
Okay,
absolutely. Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
So you
absolutely.
don't want to live in this home, do you?
Yeah. Uh, no, it's time
Absolutely.
for me
That's
to
why I'm
move
here.
on.
So let's take a look on this
Yeah.
home here on 92nd Avenue.
Yeah.
How many bedrooms? 2 baths,
Oh, that's
correct?
a 3-bedroom,
And how many square foot
2-bath. Yeah.
property?
Yeah. Um.
7,219.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, on the
Yeah.
property, I
And the
was
house
looking for the
itself
house.
is
Yeah, yeah.
a little smaller, 1,300. Yeah, way smaller than yours,
1389.
right?
Yeah. Wow.
And
That's
this one sold for 1,192,000,
yeah.
right?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And now, Bob, that you have seen these
Yeah.
prices, what price do you feel that you want to use to create value in the eyes of a buyer and get someone to decide your home versus the competitions?
Well, so you're saying that at
Well,
1.25,
if I
you'll
can
be able to
get
sell
you
it?
1.25 in the next 7 days or 10 days, are you ready to
Yeah.
list a home with me today?
Yeah. You gotta help me with this. You gotta help me find a place to put this furniture or to have somebody come pick it
Well,
up if
not
the
until you
buyer
sign the
doesn't want
contract, Bob. Here's the pen, sign it.
it.
Yeah,
Okay,
go
I'll go
ahead.
ahead and sign. All right. Thank you, Brad.
Good job, good job, good job.
Oh my gosh.
What do you think, Bob? How did he do?
I think I threw him through a loop because actually I walked into a listing presentation that was similar to what I was displaying. The guy was showing me his his days of wrestling. He was one of the Latin wrestlers with the mask. He was taking me all over his house. I couldn't corral his wife. She was all over the place, but he was definitely amiable. He was all about family, and I could not. I finally got him to all sit at the table, and it turns out she don't speak English, so it was a mess. But I think he was getting back on track. I think he should have got more to the script a little bit. I was making him work for it near the end. You know, some way or the other, he was going to have to tell me why my house was worth more than the others or explain the comps. He had to do something to work for it near the end. But I think he did miss an opportunity when I said, oh, wow, you know, they really, you know, I really do need to get out of here, you know, and I think he started talking a little bit more and he could have, that's when it would have been a perfect time to throw the closing line in here, you know. And if I said, can you help me move this stuff, just say yes and just get the contract signed. So I think he had an earlier opportunity to close me when I realized the prices were what the prices up, you know. And I said, I want to, it's time for me to move on. I thought he should have just jumped on it right there instead of going explaining a little further. But I did give him a hard time, so I'll give him credit for that.
Faith, what do you think?
Yeah, I thought he was really struggling. I think every time Bob said, you know, they didn't market my home correctly, maybe he could have closed there and said, did you see my 23-point market action plan? Did you like it? And why don't we put me to work? There was also another time when he was saying about the price, and then you hadn't gone to the comps. And I wondered if you did ask a really good question. If the market doesn't, you know, bear your price, are you prepared to live here for 3 to 4 years? And then he said no. And then I might have said, well, if you walked away with like the net proceedings, you know, would that help you, or whatever you want to say? And then asked him to sign the contract there. I think every time he was going off on his, you know, tangent, I wondered if you could have just tried to close him there.
Yeah.
Anne-Marie?
Anne-Marie, what do you think?
So I think you started off strong, but I didn't see rapport. So I loved Bob the seller, not Bob the builder.
It's so good.
You know, you said, I sent the folder yesterday. Can you grab it? You closed right away. If I can sell your home in the next 30 days, if we can agree on price. But then I felt it turned bad, ugly. I don't know what the word is. Bob was so focused on his furniture and his picture, and you literally ignored it. Bob, I felt, was such, he was amiable, and you were more of like a driver, like just go for the kill, go for the kill, go for the kill. Even when Bob said, why would you not want to sell my home? You were like, well, if we can't agree on price. It was just very short. And then Bob was talking about, you know, life is expensive and I need all the money. And you just kind of like just cut him off. So I feel like you didn't mirror and match him. Every time he talked about his damn furniture, you were just like, just to keep going. So I didn't feel like a good rapport there. And then even at the end, he was still talking about a furniture, and you're like, well, not till you sign the contract am I going to, help you with the furniture. So I just
frustrated with him.
yeah, I felt like had you just listened to, like, at the beginning, like when he talked about the picture about, we took this picture 37 years ago, just, something like, fantastic, what a great picture. Would you like it to stay with the home, or is it sentimental to you? I just felt like he was and he was lonely, right? He's a widow and his family's not around, and really focusing on taking the damn furniture and taking it with them or whatever.
Yeah.
But the comps were good. I think the objection handling was good. I just didn't feel there was rapport.
Yeah. I'm gonna go first, and then Prab, I'll let you finish it up. I thought that there was not a whole lot of bringing up the motivation. The motivation is you need to downsize. You need smaller space. What happens if you continue to be here? You did mention at one time, what happens if you're 3-5 years from now, you're still here? Would that work for you? No, that wouldn't work. So you did bring that up, but I think you could have brought it up. And you mentioned Vancouver a couple of times, but I think that there was they needed to do more emphasis on the fact that he needed to downsize. You did close like about 4 times. You did miss part of the script, which is the purpose of the comparative market analysis, and the car analogy and all of that stuff. But if it works for you, that's sort of be it. But I think that could have been a little bit stronger. He was just like going on a tangent, and you were struggling bringing him back to the fold. But you got it done. You got it done. What do you think you did?
At some points, that's why I was asking you folks, can you hear me? Because sometimes I don't know if Bob was doing intentionally. He was not listening to me, or I felt that maybe you guys cannot listen to me. I think I had that issue at one point.
Yeah.
So I wasn't too sure if it was the system or was just Bob was not listening to me. And the other thing is, yes, I felt there was no rapport because what I was feeling that he was just going all over the places, and I wanted to take control.
Yes.
So that might have been the situation where you guys didn't feel the rapport. And at some point I felt that too. But what I was trying to do is I was trying to take control over the conversation. That's why I was just keeping it just brief and coming back to and you are right, I did not emphasize the motivation, but when I was saying you would need to be in Vancouver, so I was reminding him that that's where the family members of friends are, or that's where you wanted to go.
Yeah.
But yes, I did not emphasize on that. I think I should have done. And again, what would you do if somebody just keep bringing, shall I leave the furniture, shall I bring the furniture and all that?
Well, I think that you got to go back to your motivation and why you're here, why you're there, because that's the reason that he wants to sell is because he needs to downsize.
Maybe just
Well, when you're dealing with people like that, the way I do it, and I have people fooled, right? So what I'm saying is I acknowledge what they're saying. I kind of say a few things as to what they're saying, like when this guy pointed out all his pictures in his days wrestling. I acknowledged it, maybe asked a quick little question just to show a little interest. And then I took the conversation and I swung it back around. Like whatever he said actually related to the listing presentation somehow. I made it work, right? Yeah. The only problem is that the wife was apprehensive and she didn't understand English. And so that was, but I had him. It looked like he was easy to sign, but he was running around all over the place. But the one thing I wanted to say is, I was bringing, people would say, this is what people would say to me, Bob, you are so patient and understanding. What they don't see on the inside, what I'm displaying on the outside is mirroring them and patience. On the inside, there's nuclear explosions going off everywhere.
Yeah.
right? Like the real me wants to come out and just say, sign the damn contract so I can
Yes.
get the sign in the yard and the lockbox on and get on the phone with the photographer and get the hell out of here. But, you know, that's
Yeah.
just,
I know.
I thought I threw
Okay.
that in the mix just to
Okay,
have
let's
some
do
fun
it.
and to see how you would
Faith,
handle
you
it.
do the
It's-
affirmations.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
My actions shape my
Actions shape
future.
my future.
My actions
My
shape
actions
my
shape
My
my
future.
actions shape my future.
I follow the
Follow
scripts
the script
verbatim.
verbatim.
I follow the
follow the
script
script
verbatim.
verbatim.
I
I
close.
close.
I
I
close.
close.
I see my bank
I see
account
my
growing
bank
every
account
day.
is growing
I
I
see my
see
bank
my
account
bank account
growing
growing
every
every
day.
I am the
And
best real estate agent, listing
best
agent
real
in my
estate
I
market.
am the
agent in my
best
market.
I am
real
the
Best
estate
best
real
listing
estate
agent.
in
listing
my
agent.
area.
You know, what do we do?
Listen,
Raise
We
our
raise our arms and look to the sky and say,
You are
I'm a
a
winner.
winner.
I'm a
see you
winner.
Friday. Yeah.
See you Friday. See you next week.
Great job,
Take
everybody.
care.
Great
Great
job,
weekend.
Good
Bye
job.
bye, everybody. Bye.
Ready.
Bye bye.